Hello everyone, in this lesson you are going to use symbols less than, greater, or equal to compare decimals. Let's look at this key idea. So we compare numbers by comparing the digits in the greatest place value first, and then moving right until we are able to make a decision based on differing digits. So this is the important part where the digits are starting to look different in the same place. We use the symbols greater than, less than, or equal to compare numbers. So first let's go and let's look at the whole numbers here on the top. Okay, so we have 1,256 and then we have 12,560. So we can, in this case, look at the whole thousands part of the number, right? So the 12,560 will be greater than 1,000, right? And the other strategy, so you can look at it this way, or you can line them up. So we're going to put 12,560 on the top, and then 1,256, and we can say this number has more digits, or this number has 1 in the 10,000s place. There's nothing here, so we know that this number is greater. We can count how many digits. With decimals, it's going to be slightly different because we have to line them up using the same place value. So you kind of gonna, it's gonna look like you're lining up the decimals. So let's do 1 and 256 thousands, and then we have to shift the 12 here because the decimal points needs to be the same spot to have the same place value together, because 5 belongs to the 10th place and 6 belongs to the hundredths place, right? This is your 10th place, this is your hundredths. So if you look at the place value, they said first you start at the right here, right? So if you look at the first place value here, the number 12 and 56 hundredths has digit 1 here. The number 1 and 556 has nothing here. So even though the numbers have the same number of digits, with the decimals we can't really say that they are exactly the same, because 12, you can just look at this, 12 is not the same as 1. So here we're going to put the symbol 12 and 56 hundredths is going to be greater than 1 and 256 thousandths. If you say the numbers or the word form of the numbers, you kind of hear that 12 needs to be greater than 1. So let's look at this first example. We want to compare 3 and 769 thousandths and 3 and 749 thousandths. So the one strategy that we talked before is placing the numbers in the place value chart. So we have 3 ones in the number 3 and 769 thousandths, and then we have 7 tenths, 6 nines, 6 hundredths, and 9 thousandths. Okay, the second number has also 3 ones, has 7 tenths, but it has only 4 hundredths and then 9 thousandths. So if we start from the left, right? So we compare those two digits, they are the same. Those two digits are the same, and this is the place value where the digits are different, and the number 3 and 769 has 6, which means that this is going to be the greater number. So we're going to say 3 and 769 is greater than 3 and 749. And lining them up or putting them in the place value chart is the safest way to make sure that you're comparing them correctly. Here's the second example. For this example, we're going to compare 2 and 4 tenths and 2 and 405 thousandths. Okay, so again, I'm going to place my numbers. I have 2 ones and 4 tenths in my first number. My second number has 2 ones and then 4 tenths, no hundredths, but it has 5 thousandths. Okay, so we understand that if there's nothing in a place value, when we look at the decimal portion of the number, we can just add the 2 zeros here, right? So we know that 2 and 400 thousandths is less than 2 and 405 thousandths. Or you can place it in the place value chart like I did here without putting the zeros. And let's just erase the zeros. Okay, and then you just go through the place value. So ones are the same, tenths are the same, hundreds, nothing and zero is the same. And then in the thousands place, this is where the digits are starting to look different because 5 is more than nothing. So we're going to say 2 and 4 tenths is less than 2 and 405 thousandths. Now we would like to order these decimals from least to greatest. I want you to pay attention. This is the very important part of definition of the directions. Least to greatest. If you like to do it, you can do it like this. Least to greatest. Okay? To remind you that we're arranging them from least to greatest. So we're going to put the first number, 9.7 or 9/7 tenths, 9 and 64 hundredths. And then we have 9 and 78 hundredths. So now, going back here, least to greatest, we're going to see which is the smallest number. So all three numbers have 9 in the ones place. But here is where they are different, right? So 6 is smaller than the other two. So we're going to write 9.64 is less than, so this one is gone. Now, we're going to have to look at the next place value because in this place value, here they have the same digits, 7 and 7. So we're going to look at this place value, and we know that 8 is greater than 0. So this number is going to be next because we are looking for least to greatest. So we're going to have 9.7, and this is less than 9.78. Okay, so this is how you order the decimals from least to greatest. So now our success criteria. Okay, we're gonna ask ourselves a question, and I need to really think about it. Okay, make sure that you really know how to do it. Can you choose the strategy to compare two decimals? Okay, can you line them up? Can you look at the place value and compare them? So if you can do this, check. You can use the symbols less than, greater than, and equal to compare to, we have to compare. Okay, to compare two decimals. This is repeated for some reason, so we can just cross it. Okay, so if you can check both boxes, find the partner and start working on try it practice.